And our topic is communication. Communication nails down to just one word, and this word is persuasion, to persuade. Every communicator uses their eyes, their words, their body language to try and move the other party they are speaking to move from position A to position B. If communication does not persuade, it isn't communication. If you have a preacher speaking to you on Sunday about change, they're trying to move you from what you do or behavior or character traits that are wrong to better character traits. If you walk into a supermarket and things are displayed on a shelf, someone is communicating to you by display. They're trying to move you from buying Nescafe to Star Cafe. Are we together? So the fundamental thing about communication is to persuade, which is to convince, eventually align the thinking, and create resultant actions. When you persuade me, you align my thinking, you affect my actions. So from my gestures, which is my eye contact with you, to how I move, to what words I use, I'm trying to align you with what I want you to do, and I want you to take action without me forcing you. This can be replicated in a letter. When you write an email, you are doing the same thing. A letter that goes to Daniel Chobe from me is me speaking to him without being there. The word persuasion, these languages, words are like beans. You plant them in a certain soil for them to grow. In English, it's called etymology. Every word grows out of a certain type of soil. There is soil where you put beans, but when you put sorghum, it doesn't come up. So the basis for this word is another Greek word called pitho. This is, there was Aramaic. From Aramaic, there was Greek. From Greek, there was Latin. From Latin, there were the European languages, German, English, and others. So this word comes from the word pitho, and pitho means the power of speech in Greek. It was so important that the Greeks named a goddess. They had a goddess called pitho, meaning that communication was so important to them that they could equate it with a god. Now, communication is incomplete unless there is feedback. Feedback can be given and it is positive. Feedback can be rejection. Feedback can be silence. All of that is feedback. It's up to you, the person communicating, to understand what these three would be: yes, no, silence. All this is feedback, and as we shall see down the road, when you use persuasion to sell something, when you get a yes, it's feedback. When you get rejected, it is still feedback. Silence, it is still feedback. If you're a good marketing person, these two are not a no. No and silence are not a no. They're a beginning point for another form of conversation, as we shall see. Okay? Now, a good communicator should be able, if I met you outside and I said, let's go on the road, do some picketing. You know what picketing means? Demonstrate against garbage or something. Do some demonstration or take some action. And I'm speaking to John Mary, and I say, you go speak to the rest of the team. So what are the requirements for persuasion? The first one is called careful preparation. Careful preparation means, first, how much do I know of myself? Me, the communicator. all of us have something called self-talk. We have voices of doubt when we sit in front of the other party. We have doubt when we are typing and writing, especially if we have limited skills. We have doubt if we have to make a sales pitch. We have all these multiple voices telling us, I am not sure of what I'm trying to do. Do you feel that sometimes? Well, preparation means that you need to know what those voices mean, because there's a voice that, how you translate that voice is going to matter a lot. Do I insist on preparation, or do I run away, or do I never touch anything? Because if I doubt myself, then I'm going to look incompetent in front of the other party. Okay? Now, some people, even in small audiences like what we have, or even one-on-one, they get sweaty hands, they shake, they're not sure what to do, and even if there's an opportunity to exploit in business, they miss it. The second one is about your audience. Sometimes because of inadequate preparation, or sometimes over preparation, communication, we tend to underestimate or overestimate what someone knows, or we tend to give them more than necessary and end up eating into our capability to communicate better. The point about preparation is that very many of us don't prepare for a one-on-one conversation. A one-on-one conversation, I've seen one-on-one conversations that can bring business but also can change a situation. We take it for granted. We even don't prepare for pitches. If I'm going to pitch, it's not what I am reading, it is also what I know and whether I can be of value to the person I am meeting. If communication changes the world, we need to invest time in preparation. The second one is what they call ability to frame the right arguments. Framing arguments means that poor communicators don't always frame the issues. Remember, the person you are speaking to hasn't had breakfast, or had a quarrel last night with their spouse, or the sales forecast has gone wrong, or they have had traffic jam, and now you start from the east, you come in the central, you end up in the west. Good communicators break down. If you're going to meet Jen, as an example, to pitch to her, pitch only 2 ideas maximum. The third one is called presentation of supporting evidence. People tend to work with numbers. 45% of the Kampala society, they drink Coca-Cola. So, what should I do? I am selling Milkman. 45% is who? Young people, married people, people in Chisasi. That in journalism, we call it spinning. Spinning, you are using facts to spin, but spin is for propaganda. So, Gideon's men will be able to deliver a guard at 7 o'clock, and he will have a weapon, and we are the best in the industry because we keep time. Can that be proven by a client? If that's not proven by the client, then you have no supporting evidence to the service that you deliver. Oh, we have 20% of the shelf space in all the supermarkets in Kampala. We are the best. Which supermarkets in Kampala? 45 supermarkets are within the city center. But we have corner shops, dukawalas in this city that are 15 times more than the supermarkets. That does not make you number one.